If you guys are new here, welcome. This is a month-long dedicated push to show the comic book process daily. And I'm doing that because I've never done it before. But we're gonna do it, and I'm gonna show y'all that, I can do that. I can stay doing that every day. Hopefully you guys are getting some value from it. If you guys are getting some value from it, please let me know in the comments or follow me or all the good stuff that you're supposed to do on social media. I don't really know what to tell you to do. Do what you want. I don't know. But in any case, I'm gonna keep drawing. But welcome in. How was your Thursday? This is page 13 that I'm on right now. I was drawing all day. And I thought I was gonna have. What up, man? Good. Hello. Miss K, is that a K? Oliver81. What's up on Instagram? How to do? Y'all come on in, sit down somewhere. This is an open show. This is an open forum. I do invite questions, comments, and or words of affirmations, and or if you won the lottery, you can go ahead and pass that along to me. I'm not gonna be upset about that. There is a link where you can, of course, give tips. It is Cash App and stuff like that. But welcome. Y'all come on in, sit down somewhere. This is gonna be a action page. I can show you in, the gist of the page. Y'all come on in. Got a few panels, action panels. I will tweak a few of these things just because I want to make sure it looks right. That's a part of comics. Sometimes you got the layout, but you get in there and you're like, you know what, that don't actually look right. Or not that it doesn't look right, but it could be better. You feel me? And that's part of it. But don't feel I don't want you guys to feel like this is a exhibition or some sort of you got to sit quietly in the background and not engage. I want you guys to feel free to ask questions, comments, all that good stuff, okay? That is the rules of engagement. So beyond that, hopefully you guys enjoy. And if you've missed any of these, I'm on this is post 28. I've done a lot of these so far. So you can find these on Instagram and my YouTube channel. So that way you guys can get caught up if you wanted to check it out. If you have somebody, let's say you have somebody that's interested in comic book, production, feel free to share this series. It is, not hidden behind some sort of, paywall or anything like that. This is literally so I can show how this process works for me. While I think I do it fairly common to most processes, I know that Tuskegee Heirs is not constructed traditionally. Me and Greg, we actually come up with the outline of the story pretty early, but then when it comes down to working in the actual pieces of the actual puzzle, it gets a little, hands-on. Like we actually talk about it, we co-write the story. So traditionally, it's a script. Very much like most things in productions where you're dealing with a whole bunch of, moving parts and different people taking on the jobs, right? You got a script, it's all fleshed out, it's all finished and everything, and then everybody reads that script and the project moves forward. But in ours, we usually kind of, have a fluid script, if that's a thing. So we get it going and we actually change it. The dialogue can change and often will change, or there's certain elements that are not 100% locked in, and it's not because we don't know, what's gonna happen, but we leave it open until we have a conversation about the script. So I guess you can call it a loose script, and then we just kind of build on top of that as we actually go through and discuss what needs to happen, what's gonna happen. Does this need to happen right here? Can it happen somewhere else? But at the same time, I'm drawing thumbnails that look like this. Wait, not that. They look like this. You feel me? So we'll get the thumbnails of the page. I know it looks like chicken trash. Let me zoom in. Very rough sketches of what the action that we're talking about looks like, you know? And that's where I get to actually define what I'm thinking visually. Oftentimes the script is very, very just, you know, bare bones, but I'm like, okay, fight scene, got it. You know, which is a common thing that I of course complain about, because I'm like, you know, all the script will say is, you know, cool fight scene right here. I'm like, you bastard, there's like 17 people in this scene, and all you got to do is say fight scene, and I got to draw 17 people fighting. So it's a really loose experience in that sense, but I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, ours is very fluid in that way. So it gets a little bit of, you know, room to adjust or morph into something else. So that's the fun. I think it's fun. I've worked on both because I have worked with Marvel, and I've got finished scripts. I've got to actually talk to writers, things like that, editors, and all the like. And of course, they don't want you to adjust too much, but I've been lucky enough to say, yeah, most cases they're cool. A little bit of you know, feedback, or if you have something that you want to actually pitch for the story, they'll listen to it at least. You know what? I don't think I put this stuff. I think the belt comes little side. All right, this is Omar that I'm drawing right here. He is running with Genesis. They are infiltrating a facility. We won't call it a government facility. It's a top secret facility. Doing stuff they ain't supposed to do. But it's for a good cause. All right? Vigilante work. The work doesn't stop. It doesn't. Not right now. It's listen, it can't stop. It's been too long. The work cannot stop. It has been officially too long, man. I gotta get this out. Fans deserve it. Y'all have been so patient, and I am. There's no more excuses. It's not that I don't have, you know, other stuff, because I've been drawing all day. I got missions and stuff I gotta do, but no, the work gotta keep going. We gotta get this out. And I love everybody for their patience on this project. It has been fantastic hearing, getting feedback now that we're posting this stuff. And people see the progress is being made, and they're like, all right, come on. We got the pre-orders. For those that don't know, because we have to say this every time. Sometimes we gotta remember this may be the first post that people are seeing. So even though we've been going live for 20-something days, people don't always, you know, log on at the same time, all that good stuff. So this post, every post pretty much, can be the first post that people are like, oh, cool, I didn't know they were doing stuff. And we did confirm that. People were like, I didn't see the post. Like, what? We've been going live every night. Yep, I didn't see it. Which is not their fault. Of course, it's the algorithm and all that good stuff. The algorithm be tripping. But it's all good. That's why we gotta keep the party going that way. Make sure we, you know, tell people what's happening. Let people know. But yeah, man, you guys that know what's going on, we go live on Facebook. I'm not going live on Facebook tonight. I don't think Greg's gonna jump on. So I think it's just me tonight, y'all. I know, it's crazy. But that's what I'm asking. Y'all can definitely talk to your boy. Get them questions out. If you got them burning questions you've been meaning to ask, which is, you know, you were in the shower one night watching this, which is fine. I'm not gonna call you any names. You can watch in the shower. It's your prerogative. I didn't know how long. I'm only doing an hour. I gotta pick up my daughter. So only an hour tonight. Maybe an hour in some minutes. But it is 8:36 now. The longest I can probably go is until about 9:45. So I gotta get it in, right? I'm gonna get in as much as I can get in, right? And then guess what? I'm gonna go ahead and get my daughter. But I'm gonna keep working this page so I can get to 14 and 15 before the weekend hits. That way I can say to myself that I accomplished some stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna get this in. I'm gonna get this in at least tonight. But I know what I'm doing to get this done. This is a lot of cool shots, but not too bad. This is not like a fight scene or anything that's happening on this page. But hey, you know, we got him doing some action here and there. That's all. I've taken over the chat. This is Harold. What up, Harold? Love our producer. Yeah, man. Thank you, brother. This is new territory, man. I think it's working. Mostly and when I say working, I think the idea of showing people the process instead of just creating in a vacuum, I think definitely boost engagement, number one, you know, and then on top of that, it does create a forum for people to at least express, you know, their questions, their concerns, or, you know, anything they've been meaning to ask us about our process. We get to actually talk about it at length, and, you know, it's a pretty cool, I guess treating it like a podcast is a smart way to look at it. I never thought of it that way, but yeah, I guess, you know, it's the first time I've ever, I guess, done a podcast kind of a thing. So it works, man. I think it's pretty cool. And I love talking about the process, so it's cool. Welcome in. And Harold, you've been here pretty consistently throughout the weeks, man. So appreciate the continued support. You know how it is. Get in here and just, I'll zone out, but you know, I'm gonna try to keep keep the conversation going. What up, comic hinterland? Marcus, are you using a Wacom? I am using a Wacom Intuos Pro for the drawing, the digital pen tablet. For those that don't know, Wacom is my brand of choice when it comes to working on my desktop. Yeah, Wacom Intuos Pro. I am using that. I know they got some new ones out. Somebody was asking me if I tried some of these new tablets, and like, I have not. I didn't know that existed. But you know, Wacom is I don't know, man. It's like, if it ain't broke, I'm not really searching for a replacement. But I know I've heard a number of them have entered the market. So, which one is a good solution? Are you using something other than Wacom? Is that why you're asking? Oh, that's another thing. I forgot to actually market that. Hell says I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing were it not for you guys' support. Oh, that's what's up. It's the least thing I can do. Anything in the works from your projects? Absolutely. This year is gonna be pretty hectic in the sense of y'all don't probably know this, man, but I've been so bogged down and procrastinating for the past 10 years, man. And it's not to say that people haven't been trying to push me towards these things. So I'll give you an example. There is one gentleman that comes to every single Comic-Con, right? He asks the exact same question every time I see him. You know, he knows that I know that he's gonna ask every time he sees me. Hey man, have you got you got them sketchbooks yet? And what he's talking about is he wants me to put out my own art sketchbook, you know, so to speak, like a collection of all my designs, or, you know, different sketch processes that I haven't posted yet. And he's like, I'm waiting so I can support you. I want to buy your sketchbook. And I'm like, it's coming. Just give me a second. So I have been procrastinating though, man, because I'm like, all right, so first, as an artist, I don't know if y'all realize that it's real easy to be your worst critic when it comes down to saying, now you have to collect all of the drawings you've done over the past 10 years, right? And I'm not saying I don't like my art, but I don't like all my art enough to put it in a book. And so I'm just like, dude, you got to be patient with me, okay? Because I got to figure out which ones are going to make it into the book. And that's easier said than done. Because I'm like, nah, that sucks. I could do better than that now, right? 10 plus years later, I'm like, ooh, that's rough. That anatomy's off. I don't know what the heck I was thinking there. I can't put that in the book. That's not good. And everybody else is like, why? What's wrong with that? Because you don't see the problems. Okay, I've grown since then. I can do better. So it's hard. That part is hard, and it's almost to say, I know the solution is probably to hire another designer. If I hire a graphic designer, they're not, they don't have the same restrictions, or they don't have that same, encumbrance where they're looking for what works for the book. And they're not gonna be like, all right, so this is dope, this is dope, this is dope for the actual layout, for the color, for this, you know what I mean? But me, I'm looking at it like, I need to redraw this. I'm not gonna put that in the book. I do this 10 years ago. This is whack. The color's whack. I can fix the lines now. I know what I did wrong. Hey Teresa, what up? I'm happy to give you an honest opinion. I appreciate that too. I really do. I do. But that's not what I'm worried about, right? I'm not worried about the honest opinion. I'm worried about even if I hire a designer, right? They're gonna show me their selections. I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's look and see. I got something better than that. Hold on. And that would slow down the progress. So this year, like that by itself, I gotta put my art book out finally, which is cool, and I'm happy about that. But I've been procrastinating year after year after year. That just off of that, and I'm just like, nope, I'm not doing it this year. So you're gonna get three unique art books from me. Okay, which will include, I know which ones I'm doing too. So I've been thinking about this. And all I have to do is really just, put the final touches on the designs. I haven't shown anybody anything, right? Because I don't want to talk about it. I just want to drop the link. No Kickstarters, no nothing. We're just gonna drop the link. You're gonna get a volume 1 for Swaptober, because I got a gajillion images for Swaptober. Not all of them are, I guess, print worthy, but I got enough that I can feel confident and say, okay, I like a good handful. I can get 60 plus images out of Swaptober for volume 1, right? That's one. That's gonna be the first art. That's gonna be one art book. Really quick and easy, because I don't have to create anything for that. Then guess what? Then for there's something that I do a lot of, which is these my fan fictions, right? Fan fictions are unique because I can't really sell the story part anywhere else. Like I can't actually put that in. I can't just attach the story to a poster. If I sell a poster, like Old Ninjas is a fan fiction. Like I actually wrote paragraphs to go with each character image, right? I can't just, hey, hold on, let me attach this 11 by 17 piece of paper to go along with your poster. I mean, I could, but that'd be tacky. So what you don't do is those people will buy the poster, and I'll have to actually say, oh yeah, by the way, if you go to my Facebook fan page, there's literally story to go along with your images. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. But not everybody does that. And it's kind of weird to have to say, you're only buying part of the experience. So that's the stuff where I'm like, I got to figure out. And I came up with the solution to do it in an art book. So it'll be my fan fiction art book, right? That's going to be dope. So not only will you get to see all the art that I've accumulated doing these fan fictions over the years, but you will actually get to read alongside the art, right? All of the stories that I've accumulated. As a writer, I was just like, I don't know where else to put that. So that's going to be number 2. And I'm excited about that one because, again, as a writer, I'm not trying to write a full story from front to back is, beginning, middle, and end. But I've posted all this stuff to social media over the years, and a lot of people haven't seen it. Just a lot of people haven't seen that stuff. But it lives in the hearts and minds of some folks, and they're like, dude, when are you gonna keep finishing this? And I'm like, oh no, I'm done, bro. I had fun. That was it. I got a question on YouTube. Where can people pick up Tuskegee Heirs' book? That is a fantastic question. That's an easy one. Just do TuskegeeHeirs.com, right? And that will take you to our website, and that is where you can actually order or pre-order. If you've never seen any of the books, we have a couple of different packages right now. You can actually pre-order the book. That's this is issue 5 that I'm working on right now, and then you can actually catch up with all the previous issues as well. And if you're ordering it, pre-order 5 along with the rest of the books and get them all in one space. So it's pretty cool. That's the kind of stuff to where I'm like, this year is going to be pretty busy, but it's exciting because I'm not making any excuses for that. We got to get this out. So this is what you guys are seeing here is a part of that journey. I gotta get Tuskegee Heirs out. It has been on the procrastination list, but not for different reasons. Not procrastination. It's been just scheduling. Because listen, man, until I get a robot arm attached to my back, it's kind of hard to do a comic while you're doing another comic and you're doing another thing and you're doing another thing. So it's just been a little bit of a scheduling issue. All right, this is a part of. This is a project of love, and what do they call it? They call it a not a love project, labor of love. There you go. It's a labor of love. Keep charging me rent, but I don't really can't pay rent with love. Labor is love. That's not how it works. So, but it's coming down. It's coming down this year. This has got to get out, and then just because we finish 5 does not mean that I get to stop drawing Tuskegee Heirs. It just means that I get to then take a little bit of time and focus on these things that I'm telling you. Okay, I'm sorry. So the third book, y'all gonna get 3 art books this year. The third art book will then be character design art book. That one is another one I'm pretty excited for because I have a crap ton of character design stuff that I don't post. Just because I'm just playing around. I'm just kind of having fun, and I don't always post what I draw. A lot of people don't really even know what that means. Like, no, I draw stuff all the time. I just don't post it. I don't think an artist is mandated to post everything they draw. So either I was just, not finished with it, or it was just for practice purposes. I may not post it just for that reason, but I enjoy the practice, and I enjoy the concept. I've gone through my own portfolio like, ooh, why did I not finish this? This was actually dope. This is pretty cool. And it, makes me want to draw and finish the piece right then and there. I'm like, okay, I can't stop. I can't stop doing what I got to do, but this is dope. And I'll find it just, in passing, like, damn, pretty good. It looks pretty bad. It looks like something I should finish. But that happens sometimes. It does happen. So that's 3 right there. Now, that isn't to say that's all you're going to get. Because there's some other stuff that I need to make money with. Such as, but not limited to, maybe a coloring book. Promote it. I was already paid, so I wasn't really tripping. I was like, well, that's a great idea. So that one. But they changed up. OBS reconnected. What? What does that mean? Hold on. Let me make sure this is still moving. People on YouTube, sound off. Let me know if y'all still there. OBS said it disconnected and reconnected. So I don't know if you guys are still there or if I'm talking to you. It looks like it's still there. But yeah. That's the 3 books that I'm working on currently. So if you guys are interested in seeing some products this year, that's what you're going to get. I got you. It has been a long time coming. Just know that much. But it's coming this year. I am not going to procrastinate any longer. I know I've said that before. But this is actually, there's no reason for me to procrastinate this year, so that's what we're gonna do. And I feel like this is the best time to do it because I finished a lot of stuff. I got to do the Popeye books. That was incredible. Incredible fun. I got a lot of good practice. I got to prove to myself that I could do that. And it was writing, like actual full-fledged, out of my brain, story. Nobody else, giving me any, pieces of content. It was just full story, full writing out of my head. So that was that was a great exercise, actually. And I've done full story writing. I just never done it I haven't done it for someone else's character. So I have Supernatural Woman coming out. And the only thing holding that back was the way I'm going to publish it, which is going to be different than what I've been doing with, say, Tuskegee Heirs, right? Which is straight up, print the book, publish the book. I'm going to do something a little unique with Supernatural Woman, which is I'm going to try and publish that digitally. Not because of anything else, but I just want to have some freedom of how I tell the story. I don't want it to all be linear, so that's going to be pretty exciting. But I've learned a lot publishing with Tuskegee Heirs, so that's the kind of stuff to where I'm like, I get to try something new. That's all coming out of my brain, but I want to try and see about publishing something in a way that keeps the actual story non-linear, but also still fun. And people get it, get to actually just access the story quicker. So I feel like that'll be dope. Let's see. Carol said I would have bet Storm Styles book. So I did a calendar. Why you lying? Why are you talking about it? I did a calendar, right? But I was trying to focus on the 2-year calendar because I don't really buy calendars myself. And I was like, there's nobody want to buy 12, images and that's it. That ain't enough. What if I did a 2-year calendar, right? So I designed a 2-year calendar, and turns out I tried to print it in my own, on my own printer, and the thing was heavier than a dictionary, man. I was like, dang, because I didn't want to make it small too. So I don't really know how to solve that problem. I guess I do have to just switch back to doing a regular 12-month calendar. But it was humongous. It was heavy as crap. And I was like, oh man, I gotta not do these weapons, y'all. Every time I start drawing on these weapons, everything slows down. So I'm not gonna do these weapons. Let me just draw the characters. I could even the background. Like I want to draw the hallway that they're running down, the corridor they're running down. But it just slows things down. Let me just focus on the characters. Let me just do that. Y'all know what this is. Okay, for those that don't know, I don't like drawing straight lines. It's not the fun thing. I can do it. I know how to do perspective. It just slows down because I like characters more. So I slow down, like way down, whenever I start drawing perspective, lines, and all that stuff, building cars, robots. It's not that I don't know how to do it. Art math. I call it art math because it has to be right. You can't just fluff it. Be like, oh, I think that's right. You gotta make sure all your lines, horizon lines, and all that crap all lines up. So, my bad. Anybody on watching on YouTube, please let me know if the video is still streaming. I feel like it is because it hasn't cut off. But OBS had a hiccup, and I just want to make sure y'all are still able to see what's going down. That nature. But, so yeah, that's the plan. There is a coloring book. There's a children's book. I didn't even talk about that. There's a children's book in the works, y'all. I got a cool. So just for reference, I've done as an artist, as an illustrator. I've illustrated well over 40 plus books over the years, right? That's other people's books, and I've gotten that experience. I've brought a lot of books to the world, I feel like an OBGYN or something, but for books. You know what I'm saying? Like I've helped deliver all these other books to life. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you checking on that. Because I got a message over here saying, you know, my recording, my OBS was acting up, and it's never said that before. It was like it was disconnected and then it reconnected, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so I've done over 40 books, children's books over the years, right? But I have yet to do my own children's book. I just did one recently, and that came out great, but ask me why I don't have my own. Same reason I don't have any art books. Same reason I haven't done everything else I was supposed to do. It's just a scheduling thing, man. When people are paying you to do something, it's great. It's great motivation. And it's stupid. I know it's a dumb excuse because as soon as I do it right, it's going to make me money. I get it. I get that. But, you know. Right, I do. That's the point. This is the year that I will just, similar to what I'm doing with Tuskegee. You know, I am going. There is no more excuse. It's just I'm gonna just do it. I'll do it live if I have to. Ooh, that's a good idea. Thank you. All right. Technical question. Watching you do this is pushing me to get back on the tablet myself with directly. You can bug me about it. That seems like irony, though, Teresa, because what if I was waffling? See, OBS reconnection successful. I don't understand what that means. But okay. Yeah, waffling. But yeah, no, you can bug me about it. I will not shy away from it. But this is there's multiple layers. I work on multiple layers. That's just because I know I'm gonna pass this along. It's not that you need to work on multiple layers. Lord knows. If you're the only person doing all of the work on a comic, which I've been multiple times. Yeah, you did walk into that one. I thought you kind of understood that was going to be the rebuttal. But you can do it if you want to do it. You know, I'm not gonna shy away from being bugged by it. Marcus, where that children's book at? Where that art book at? I'm like, you right. Put this video game down. But yeah. That's the kind of stuff to where I do use multiple layers. But if you were doing a comic book by yourself, and your process is, you know what, I don't want to use any layers, then do that, because it's up to your process. But I know most comics, and just about every comic process I've ever worked on, you're passing it along to multiple artists. You know, the inker is gonna get to touch it, the colorist is gonna get to touch it, you know, all of the letterer is gonna have to touch it, and it's so much easier just to have everything all on its respective layers. Not to say you need a lot of layers, but yeah, I do multiple layers, because I know, even though my man is coloring I'm having a brain fart. Wait. Rodney Valchez is coloring the book. I still like to lay out everything appropriately on layers. I'll have the same layer structure for everything, every page, just about. I think I use about 10 layers for the most part when I'm doing comics. Kind of separate everything, and that generally takes care of all of my organizational thingamabobs. You know. Yeah. I gotta check on my OBS. It's having some issues today, but as long as it's still streaming, I'm good. But even if I go live what I've learned is, even if I'm going live for an hour, I'm still getting content created. And anything you do daily, man, and that's from working out, that's from eating, that's from anything you do on a daily basis is gonna get done faster than if you don't touch it, you know. And I've already proven that, because it's taken this many years to get issue 5 work done. So yeah, I like the idea that, and I thought about it earlier, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what if I just formatted my art books live as well? Like, I can make that into content. You guys can join me, hopefully, and watch me put the books together. I can design them live. Doesn't really matter. But as long as they're getting out, that's all I care about. And so this seems like a lot. It is a lot of work. I ain't gonna say it seems like a lot of work. It is a lot of work. I ain't gonna ever lie and say it ain't a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But the cool thing is I can actually have it on the schedule, and I'm doing a little bit every day. And you guys will be able to see it. I'll do the exact same thing. Like I said, it's not about a Kickstarter. I don't really think I need Kickstarter to make those things pop, but if you guys see it and you guys are interested, just get the link and pre-order and call it a day. But yeah, at least I'll be able to show that it's being produced. There is no more procrastination going on, things like that. But publishing is a weird beast in and of itself, so I'm not afraid to get that in front of folks and show, hey man, it's getting done. We gotta get her hair in here. Hold on. She's running, so we got a lot of. Genesis has braids, so I'm trying to make it show she's running. These are cartoon braids. So I get to play around with the volume of how many braids. I don't know. Let's see. I don't want it to be too great. But yeah, man. I think that's enough layers for me. 10 layers is enough for me to get most everything done. I often will add some background folders. If I have I know I'm doing background stuff, I'll create another folder for backgrounds, things like that. So it's not all piled onto the character layers is what I like to call it. So I'll have background layers and then I'll have character layers separate, See if I can get the rest of her braids on there. But yeah, that's what's coming down the pipeline this year, man. And I think I like the idea of not pressure. It's not pressure, but it's like the accountability of saying I have to do it today. And I can be honest with y'all, man. I don't feel like drawing it. I don't know what that sounds like to y'all's ears, or if it's makes you clutch your pearls, but it's the truth. I didn't feel like going live tonight. There's time. I've genuinely been drawing all day. I got started earlier after I dropped my daughter off from work. Got a little food in me, and I just started drawing. But I'm drawing on stuff that I have to do, right? And I finished. I finished some stuff, posted some stuff. I started sketching on something else. Got that to a good point, and then I was like, "Oh, look, it's time to go live. Let me post about going live." Hold on. Whenever I get a call, I gotta reset my audio. Let me see if it'll do it. Thank you, madam. I appreciate it. That's a good example of something I was like, I need to hurry up and do that. That's a good example of I need to hurry up and finish that because it's happening this weekend. And yeah, that's a lot of work. We got, action scenes and all that stuff, and that's happening on top of everything I already have to do, right? So that's not an easy, quick thing. It took a few hours to complete. I colored everything you see there, right? But yeah, it's like once I finished that, I'm like, all right, now I can breathe for a little bit. I'm like, nope, I gotta go live at 7. I gotta go live tonight. And I it's not to say I don't like drawing, but I don't feel like drawing 100% all day, man. Because then you get to the end of the day and I'm like, what did I do for myself? Can I at least play the video? And then you try to play a video game or watch something on TV and you just pass out because your eyes are tired. But that's the the reality is I don't always feel like drawing. Some days I wake up and it's like I drew all day yesterday, bruh. Come on now. Can I at least? And then my brain is like, nope. This year, my brain is like, nope. Get on it. Shut up. Get her done. I'm like, all right, you right. And I have to have those conversations. Now, if y'all don't have those conversations with yourself when you don't want to do something, listen, man, those are some tough conversations because I can act as my own lawyer. And in my own mental court, I can absolutely bring wonderful evidence and represent myself to the round table in my mind. That's like, well, we're here today to make an excuse as to why Marcus should at least get some reprieve and relax a little bit today. And he's like, all right, well, present the evidence. What do you got? And I can always, find something. But I fired my lawyer for these many reasons. I'm like, no, can't make any excuses, man. Go live every day, whether you feel like it or not. Now, you know what I need to incorporate this as well is working out. I need to go ahead and do this for my workout. I need to absolutely make sure I work out every day. That'd be great. Then guess what? I show up to these shows and y'all won't even recognize me. Like, Marcus, when your neck get big? It's like, oh man. Throughout the year, I guess. I don't remember your neck being that big, boy. Like, I know. Every day I was drawing, I was doing, neck exercises and stuff. I can show up and surprise y'all. It'll be fine. But this is a workout. I'm gonna be honest. Drawing like this is a workout. My brain is like, don't you deserve a break today? Yes, you're right, brain. I do deserve a break. Let's do that. I'm trying to fight that urge. It is what it is. But anyhow, we're almost to the finish line with this project. I'm gonna be happy once it's out. But like we've been talking about, man, there's a lot more stuff I gotta publish. So I won't be still too long. I'm gonna keep the party going. I gotta make sure it feels like she's running. Hold on. She got skinny jeans on. Hold on. Nothing wrong with skinny jeans, but that's not the goal. You guys, I guess I should talk about this weekend. How many folks in Atlanta we got that's gonna be listeners? Come out to North Lake Mall. Okay. This weekend is Saturday and Sunday. Okay. I'm gonna be out there. There's gonna be some amazing artists out there and other vendors. Very nice, intimate, kind of cool setting. It's a really cool show thrown by my homie Tony Cade. He has challenges, games, and comics right in that mall. Fantastic store. If you've never been there, please pack up your family, your kids, or whoever you love, and then just come on out. It's a really dope scene. I'm gonna be there both days, and if you guys have questions, I guess I should show the poster, huh? Show the poster. Wait. Where's the poster at? Wait. I got it. Here you go. Here go the poster. Right here. That's the poster. I did that today. I finished it today. Yeah. If you guys live in Atlanta and you know where North Lake Mall is, or if you don't know where that is, Google it. And come on out to the mall, man, and enjoy. It's a really dope show. Right in our backyard. Don't have to do any flying because we know how hectic that is going. That's just melting itself down. Anybody had to take a flight recently, man? It's been pretty crazy. Coming home from BlurCon, I got really lucky that my flight wasn't canceled. Stuff like that. But really, really cool that we don't have to fly. I don't have to fly anywhere. It's great. So But yeah, come on out to it if you've never been to the show. It's a lot of great vendors and things like that. I think I'm gonna be doing some commissions. I can take that time to do some commissions. I didn't get to finish my commissions. BlurredCon was amazing. For those that don't know or haven't heard, I had a great time at BlurredCon, man. And I was trying to draw while at the table. But when it's going well, right, I can't complain when a whole bunch of people be like, what is this? What is this? What is that? Let me buy that. Let me buy that. Can't really complain. I had my sketchbook right in front of me, and I was trying to draw Storm. I hadn't drawn Storm enough this year, and I was like, let me draw some Storm. And sure enough, I had her right there for hours, and I just couldn't get her done. It's a lot of people trying to buy stuff. I'm okay with that. Y'all should always do that. Keep doing that. But yeah, it was a dope show. Had a great time. Please book that show. Didn't get to go this year. Come on out next year. We got some more good stuff, hopefully. Follow that. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Let's see. I like that. Do I need any extra black stuff? Some shadows. I'm trying to get enough in this session, guys. We're only here for 30 minutes. I mean, 9.5 at the latest. That looks good. Got them both running. And I'm not gonna mess with the weapons on this. Not tonight. I'm not gonna do it to you. You guys deserve better. Need you to make a return to Chicago. You right. I did complain. I did not get any Chicago pizza this year so far, so I feel like I'm missing out. I definitely am missing out. But here's the thing. Quickest way to get me to anybody's city, man. Quickest way to get me to anybody. You want me to come to your city, man? Get me a plane ticket. Get me a hotel. That's the quickest way to get me to your city. I'm not gonna fight y'all. Listen, I love presenting and showing art in front of children. I want to inspire as many young artists as possible. If y'all got some good programs going on in your city and your town, speak to your local officials. Say we need to get Marcus out here because, and we'll be out. Listen, I will hop on that plane. Do it. I will not fight you. Get to your city. That's the quickest way to do it. If you guys got some programs or some things you guys like, you know what? These kids out here need to see Marcus drawing and stuff like that. Listen, I say just call me up. Let's do that. That's gonna be kind of my future in the next good handful of years. I'm probably gonna almost primarily do traveling, presentations, keynotes, stuff like that, because that's another thing I've been procrastinating. Listen, let me tell you. Check it out. That, my friends, is actually the most prominent and cool thing that I would prefer to do. Like, I love comic shows. Don't get me wrong. I actually love doing comic shows. I do. Okay? It's fun to meet new people and fans and all that stuff. Let me tell you something. But you're out there for 3-4 days. Right? You are outside. You are traveling. You gotta travel to a new city. You have to sit down from anywhere between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. all day, talking and just, being available all day, right? Check this out. Then you gotta do it again and again. And if you're at a big convention, that's a 4-day span, man. You're just out there. Listen, it's a lot of time, probably too much. And doing keynotes and doing these speaking engagements, that's actually where I get to really optimize my time. I'm only there for maybe 3 hours max, but we get to inspire people. People want to hear and see, right? The thing, I get to show that. I answer questions. I'm in and I'm out. Listen, that's the life right there, and you make guaranteed money. It's not to say that I won't do Comic Cons anymore. But Lord have mercy. Ask me which one I want to do. What up? Art of Mendoza. What up, brother? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome in. Welcome in. Harold said a situation has been presented to me that entails a lot of what you just mentioned. Cool. I'll keep you in mind when I meet the sponsor of the event. It'll be a great addition. Thank you. See, I'm talking about. If y'all ain't thinking like that, I need y'all to think like that all the time. Like just, hey, we got some kids out here, Marcus. We got a program where we got some funds, and we're looking for people to inspire these children, right? These young people out here need some inspiration. All they know is, they want to be, a rapper. And again, nothing wrong with being a rapper, but that's all they know. They do not know of any other methods of creative solutions or opportunities or career choices. They want to be an athlete. They want to be a rapper. I've heard children say this stuff, and it's not to say that those aren't things to aspire to, but there's so many other opportunities, man. They're just not being shown. They've never met an artist. They've never seen an author. They don't see themselves in those positions because, well, who have they ever talked to that's from that world, And if you don't see it, it's just the way it is. So I have a nonprofit as well, so that's going to be a part of my business this year and moving forward far more, because I want to actually make that a regular annual thing far more. Like right now I'm doing over 20 comic shows a year, and I've been doing that for a decade plus, and I'm just like, listen, that's cool, but that is wearing your boy down. Like my back is not really designed to sit for that many hours, man. It's really, really, really taxing. For those that don't know, man, it's a lot of energy that's required. And I used to be shy at one point in my life, and you have to talk. I am not an introvert, but I'm also not an extrovert. But I love, being at the shows, man. It is not for the faint of heart. You have to really, really love to actually be, available like that. And I'm not against it, because again, like I said, it's been supporting me as an artist. It's how I've supplemented my income throughout the years, the past 10 years. And it's really cool to meet new fans and make new fans of my work. And definitely it's like a family reunion, man. When you do it enough, you end up making friends and people that literally become like your friend, like your family. So it's dope to see them every year, these friends and folks that you actually, you got comrades in it. But let me tell you something. I love y'all, bro. I'm tired. You gotta actually have an exit strategy too. You gotta have an exit strategy, man, because this is not gonna be okay in 5 years. All right. Your body keeps what they call aging on you. It's gonna keep aging. All right. So that's where I gotta come up with a strategy. So it's best if y'all have some opportunities locally in your communities. Keep me in mind. Email me about them. That's all I'm saying. Email about them. And then we'll get in front of the younger generation, right? And they're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, man, I want to do what you doing." Unk, or what do they call people now? I don't know what they call people. Unk or old school, OG, whatever it is. They need to see it, So y'all can do that. Y'all keep me in mind for that. Okay, so her eyes are. She is not snatching. What we got? Even Gent, still hard at work. Yes, sir. This is on YouTube. Yes. Greg, I don't think is going to join me tonight, but I am on it. We're not going to miss a night of this publish this work, man. We got to keep this party going. So, doing good so far. I'm only doing an hour tonight, but this is page 13. All right. I got them in there running. I got to do that corridor later. That's a whole bunch of line art. I'm not really into that right now. I love characters. Let's do the fun stuff. Let's get the characters in there. But what up? Thank you for joining, bro. We'll be, I think, back on regular schedule tomorrow. I think Greg will be back in it. some previous engagements, but yeah. But yeah, man, if you guys are doing anything in your communities, let me know if I can be of service. That is going to be the next order of business. And you know, that's another side too, which is there's some nonprofit stuff that I've been meaning to do, supposed to be doing. Just talking about all the stuff I ain't been doing. See, and it sounds bad, doesn't it? And it's not that I don't want to do these things, but when you're doing everything already, right? 20 plus shows, commissions, other comic books is like a freaking triathlon plus. So you just got all this stuff and you're trying to navigate and juggle. But yeah, you end up kind of missing out on stuff you want to be doing as well. So you're gonna fix it though. You're gonna fix it. Greg playing hooky from school. He is. I don't really know what he's doing. I think it's for a good reason. I think it's family. So, you know, if he was actually, you know, lollygagging, I wouldn't know until somebody said something. So if, you know, I ain't got no spies on this grown man. But it is what it is. It is, you know, y'all still get to see it. So it's gonna work out. It is that's how we gotta do it from this point. Like, it don't matter what's going on, man. You cannot miss these production meetings. You guys get to be a part of the production meeting. That's the only difference. So it is what it is. But we're gonna keep this party going until it is done. And then we get to celebrate live. And I'm gonna flip through the book. Y'all will see that too. I feel like that'll be an appropriate celebration. When I'm doing a comic book, I jump in a hole. Yes, that's normal. For me, I've never done a live comic book. This is brand new. Until every page is yeah. See, but I you know, while that is what I normally do, I feel like this. And when I talked about it to Greg, I remember I called him. I was like, you know what, man? I feel like we should just jump online and do this live. Like, number one, I didn't want to, like, I got tired of telling people we're gonna work on the book. It's coming. And I was like, I feel like it'll be a better thing to actually show them that it's being produced instead of telling them, like, for the past few years. Yeah, we gonna get it. We getting to it. So Greg was like, cool. I'm like, all right. So we just gotta go live every night, though. And he's like, all right. I granted. This is heavily weighs on my artistic confidence, which is to say, you guys get to see me go from sketch to clean line art. And, if I mess up, I mess up. It is what it is. Y'all gonna get to see the mess ups. Look, as I'm drawing, I'm messing up right now. But I'm okay with that. You gotta have that confidence enough to mess up in front of people too. But I've done this, definitely in a whole. And look, I lock myself in a house. I don't go nowhere. That's how it's always been done. Yeah, he said, yes, this is a great idea. Our style is Picasso. Like, oh man, I don't know about that, but I appreciate you saying so. I try to at least be consistent with this style while I'm on it now. And I've been drawing these kids for over 10 years, so these characters are pretty much burned into my hippocampus. So I know them. I know these characters. But when you get to draw something for years on end, it becomes like second nature. So it's like it takes time, but I'm not struggling to like, man, these characters are difficult. I'm sick of drawing these characters. No, I love drawing these characters. I don't like drawing their weapons, but I'm trying to fix that. Okay, there's no shortcut to drawing these mechanical, intricate weapons. But I'm working on it. I got a solution for that. I do. I'm gonna just get them made in 3D, and I'm gonna incorporate them into the book. And y'all ain't gonna even know. You'll probably know, but I'm gonna make it look good. So you guys aren't probably gonna care that I did that. see. So she's running. I gotta sometimes make this make sense. This panel's a little tough for me right here because it's like I gotta make sure she feels like she's running, and she's gonna have like a little heads-up display right here. So I gotta make it feel like it's all happening while she's just like, you know, running. Have you ever tried to like run and look at your watch at the same time? It's really difficult. What? I think I can do it. Hey, my ex-wife is a hippocampus. Listen. All right, just I don't know how to support comments like that unless your wife is like right next to you. Listen, if she has a good sense of humor and she's all right with that, you know, I can support that. Don't tell her I didn't say nothing. Last night, Marcus was like, hippocampus, right? And then I was like, don't mention me in that joke. Telling it to your wife. Look, unless she has a good sense of humor. If she has a good sense of humor, it's fine. Just don't mention my name. So Marcus was like, hippocampus, and I was like, that's what my wife is. And don't tell her I laughed. I wasn't laughing. I'm laughing at the concept of it, but not, you know what I mean? Like that's on you. You're gonna have to take the heat for all of that. Yeah. It is coming along. I like that so far. I gotta pull in. So again, see, this is the thing. So she's doing this and she's like running. So her arm, y'all can't see me doing this with my hands, which I appreciate. But she's like running like that. So I would have to lift her elbow up a little bit more from here. Let me draw her hand first. Yeah, her right arm would have to be up a little bit more. So that way I can showcase she's running with it, right? It's gonna work. But yes, you guys, I'm only here until about 9:45 because I gotta go pick up my daughter. But tomorrow, regularly scheduled program, I'm gonna try to get here at 7:30. I was drawing some other stuff, but I got it finished right on time. I was like, let me go and go live. So regular scheduled program, I think should be cool tomorrow. I'm gonna start. You guys tell me if is 8:30 too late? Are y'all like, you know, eating dinner, getting into bed, watching Netflix? Y'all let me know. I'm trying to get a good mark of time, but yeah, I'll listen to feedback. If you guys are like, listen, 8:30, I'm taking my medicine, and you know, I'm already ready for bed, taking my Metamucil or whatever. I don't know who goes to bed at 8:30. Y'all could have an early morning start. I'm not making fun of y'all. I ain't making fun. 7 what? What is 7? 7 o'clock? That is just not a normal time for anybody. Hold on, let me get this. All right, so that is going that way. I want to make sure that's going the right way. 7 o'clock is what? What are you talking about? I need to go live at 7? Not 7:30? Is that what you're buying for? Goodness gracious. Oh, 7:30. It's better how? What are we talking about? Like dinner time is at 8? How is it better? It's better for you, is what you're saying. And I hear that. But I'm talking about overall. Like, you're saying you got things to do, you got other things to do that go past 9:30. I'm about to hit vacation, retirement prep, so 8:30 is good. Look at that. See? All right, cool. We got 2 pieces of content there. Good. Thank y'all for signing off. All right, the retirees can handle it. 7:30 is better. Normally I'm okay with 7:30. It's just I'm trying to, like, if I could have lollygagged a little bit. Right? I'm a lollygag after I go get my daughter, because I deserve it. And then I may stay up a little. It's been hard to stay up late lately. It's better for me. That's my vote. Well, okay. Well, you know what? That's fair. It's fair. I'll give you that. But you know what I'm also gonna say is, Why? Why is that better for you? Is it because, you know what I'm saying, vigilante work, or what do we, should I not mention that? Or I guess that is patrol time. You gotta get out there to those Atlanta teens causing ruckus. I understand. It's hard out there. Marcus, about 5 years ago, I sent an email script. I wanted to do a comic book. I saw your prices. I was just too cheap. No, that's understandable. And it is a deterrent. Not because I'm like, against working on other stuff, but man, I tell you what, comics are not a cheap process in terms of time and energy. Like, I kind of hope to convey this by doing this live, so people can actually see, like, dude, he's been working on this every day, and he still ain't done. It's a labor, man. It's a labor. It's not for the faint of heart. But the trick of what I've come to understand is people really think it's like, so what's the big deal? All you're doing is drawing. Like, yes, I am drawing, but I'm also, co-writing the story. I'm also coloring. Most times I'm also coloring the book. It is not easy. So you got to get paid for all that, man. That's a lot of work, a lot of time. And if more people understood how much work went into this, I think it would be cool to at least say, all right, man, let me put my chips together before I ask someone to ignore their family for months. Listen, okay, well then you ain't got nothing to worry about. It's better to be, a little late to your vigilante work, Adam. So that's all I'm saying. I know they need you out there in the streets. But you could also just, take a breather. Let me see. Yeah, but listen, it's definitely I gotta tell people, I ain't playing with this comic. If I take on a comic, man, that's a hard pressed deadline, because most people are like, yeah, I need it by such and such. Okay, sounds good. But a lot of times their timeline is just based on where they want it to come out. That's fair, but comics don't work like that all the time. And life still happens in between there. I get all kinds of sleepy. But yeah, and I'm not just a comic artist. It's a lot more stuff going into my life as an artist, writer, travel, publisher, you name it. A lot of stuff that I'm juggling. Most comic artists that just do comic art, that's all they do. They don't have to juggle other business thingamabobs. They're not traveling to shows to promote their other works and stuff like that. So it is a lot. There's a lot to actually juggle. I gotta do her braids a little bit wild here. Make sure it's not too uniform. Put a shadow in there. But yeah, man, if you guys if you ever start doing a comic, which I think everybody should at least try to get that production out. Yeah, it's man, I would just say the talent is fine, but time and energy cannot be replenished, and it can't be overstated. You genuinely have to understand how much effort you have to put on a daily basis to get one of these out, man. And then once it's out, the other biggest problem, listen, this is real. This is real talk. And then I'm gonna let y'all go, because we right at our threshold for time here. Listen, not only do you have to have the energy to put together a comic, okay? Right? That's hard. That's a lot. That's a lot of commitment, right? Listen. There's a real problem. A comic book is an episodic piece of medium. All right. It is a not one and done. It is not a children's book, which is, by all definition, a just, hey man, it exists and people People respect it for what it is. A children's book is, a kid who wants to read the same book every night. And the mom or the parent or whoever's reading it to him is like, you want to read it again? We done read that thing 72 times. Don't you want to read something else? And the kid's like, nope, that's my favorite book. Comic books don't work like that. Or they could, but that's not how they're designed. It's called issue number 1 for a reason, because you're supposed to keep the party going. It's an episodic. So after you finish issue 1, guess what? People are expecting 2, 3, 4, even if it's a short run, right? And that's what it's actually called for people that don't know in comics. In the world of comic publishing, a short run, which is what Marvel and DC Comics will do sometimes to test a story to see if people like it. They'll do 5 stories. Well, there is single issues as well. They'll do a one-off sometimes. If it's just a single story just to see, they may invest in doing a single story. But that's still, if the fans like it, right? Guess what they're gonna do? Well, gotta do more. So it is like you finish and you put all this work into finishing that book, only to then say, or hear people say, oh, that was dope. When is the next one coming out? Right? And you're like, well, I mean, listen, that was a lot of work, man. Are you sure you read it like all the way through, or you didn't skip no pages, did you? No, man, it was great. I loved it. I loved the characters. I loved the story, and the dialogue was great, and the pacing was great. So when's the next one? Well, listen, I want you to go and read it again, except this time I want you to do like sound effect. You see all the onomatopoeias throughout the book? I want you to really, really like go in and make all the sound effects. Like, don't skip none of the sound effects. Make sure you do all the sound effects, okay? Like, out loud. Make sure you really need to immerse yourself in the story. Get in there and try it again, right? It's like it's a very, very weird feeling to be like, oh man, I loved it. That was great. I read it in 10 minutes. When's the next one? That took me like months to finish, bro. What do you mean? Like, get in there and read it again. Enjoy it some more. Don't just, cheapen the experience. Like, you read it one time, that's it. No, get back in there. Get back in there. What are you doing? No, I know you read fast. That's great. Listen, get back in there and enjoy it some more. Because that took a long time, and it's gonna take a long time to get to the next one, right? That's the business model that Marvel and DC have basically, created. It's episodic, and the business says you shouldn't have to wait more than a month to get the next episode, which is, a good amount of time, right? Seems like a good amount of time, but not after you done just, ignored your family, friends, loved ones, personal life, ambitions, and goals for, however long it took to get that first book out. So it's a weird kind of thing, to feel. It's a very thankless job, in that way, where people will actually say, oh yeah, I bought it yesterday and I finished it. It was great. So let's go. When's the next? I can't wait for the next issue. And you're like, oh man, yeah, I guess I do have to do another issue. And it feels weird. I do want to get back into. Well, I said get back into. This is what I want to do. Children's book publishing, because it's completely different. Completely different. All right, a family buys your children's book. They read it, they love it. The kid takes it to show and tell, brags about the favorite book. They take it on trips with them. They finish. The child grows up. Get this. And this is being told to us by real parents, by the way. And it's not me making this up. The child grows up a little bit, and gets old and too old for the book. Then guess what? Passes the book on down to his cousin. Cousin loves the book because she's right age for the book. Now the book is being read and loved by the cousin. It's standard procedure. The book doesn't just get tossed out. It gets loved by another child. And then that child does the same process, and it's their favorite book. Now, don't forget about the first boy. The first boy grows up 20 years later and has another child, has a child of his own. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, my favorite book was this one. I'm gonna go buy it for you. And the daddy that used to love the book when he was a child buys it for his child. Now his child does the same thing that he did when he was, you know what I'm talking about? It's like a circle of life. It's fantastic. And we've talked to these parents. I've literally had these conversations. The little kid was a baby when she got the book. I remember the little boy. I got a picture of the little boy buying the book. Then now the boy is 10 years old and he's coming back to rebuy the book because he loved the book so much when he was 10. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's fantastic stuff. Comics don't work like that. Nobody says I read the comic every night, right? It's not how it works. I wish it was, but it isn't. So that's where I'm like, I'm going back in a market where people love the actual. they love reading the thing over and over. That just feels better to me. It feels way better. So yeah, I'm gonna do children's books because that makes sense to me. I would like to feel that feeling of gratitude and appreciation for a book that takes all that time to do. I'll be reading it in like 10 minutes. Get your butt back in there and read it some more. He said that's why I write all my scripts now. So if my title ever takes off, I got one back. Yes, yeah. That is true. That is true. I am just about there. We are at 9:45, y'all. All right, so here's the thing. Thank you guys for joining, right? We got some stuff done, did. I'm not gonna draw this weapon, okay? Nice try. Y'all tried to get me to draw that weapon. I felt it. I know what you was doing. I thought y'all was slick. We're just gonna draw this one right here. His finger. Get her hand in there, right? But I feel like we got some good stuff talked about. Got us a good start on this page, right? Got the run cycle down. I feel like that feels good. I'm gonna puff up her she got khakis on. I'm gonna puff up these khakis a little bit. I feel like it's still too tight. We're gonna pull it out to maybe right there. Maybe make this a little bit. Let's try right here. Don't be afraid to erase your stuff, y'all. There you go. Right there. That's good. Yeah, that's good right there. And yeah, y'all have been phenomenal. Thank you guys for joining as you always do. Teresa, Harold, appreciate y'all, man. Keep doing what you're doing. We're gonna be live tomorrow. Gonna take a break on the weekend. Obviously, if you guys are out in Atlanta, come to North Lake Mall for Atlanta Sci-Fi and Fantasy Expo. I will be there, and I'll be signing posters and stuff, and selling posters as well. If you need to get a poster from me, I will have my printer on hand, and I will have myself in a booth, in a chair, or something like that. And stuff will be available for sale, and you'll be able to buy it for your house or your domicile where you live at, and or your work. You can put them up at work too. I think most of the stuff I draw is safe for work, right? I think so. Okay. I'm having fun. Y'all, thank you for joining. I emailed you about the static black. You did? Static poster. So you have question marks behind that sentence. Are you saying you did or you want to? If you did, I don't think it came through. So I would have saw your email. I don't think I saw your email. It's Marcus the Visual, right? At Gmail. So hit that up. I don't know who emailed, but I didn't see your email come through. Hopefully it's not going to like a spam folder or nothing like that. But y'all, I gotta go. If you have any good questions for me, make sure you guys leave it in the chat so I can read about it, and I'll be back tomorrow. Okay? No, I understand you haven't received it. Did I send you tracking number already or something like that? But email me so I can look up your whatchamacallit, your tracking. I should have that. But if it's a new order and I just haven't seen your order, then I can actually then send that out because it's probably just slipped through the cracks. But yeah, email me at marcusthevisual@gmail. Okay, then I can look into it if it is just being elusive. Okay. No, I know, but I didn't. If you emailed me recently, I haven't seen an email come through. So make sure to check your actual thingamabobs, and then we can look it up, and I can get you too. Right? Cool beans. I don't want you to put your email in the chat, so that's why I'm saying email it to me. So email it to me like right now, and I should be able to see it. I'm gonna be in front of my email, so if it slipped through the cracks or you emailed it to the wrong email, I should be able to check it. Cool. Cool. Thank you guys for all of the support, and I appreciate it. And you guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow, and I will be ready and live again. Finish up. I don't want to make her too buff. So this seems like a little buff. Let's reduce the size of her arm here. I mean, she's strong and stuff, but I don't want it too buff. Like that. That feels a little better. Maybe this one can come in a little bit. Let's bring it right there. Let's bring it right there. All right, she's strong, but she ain't like, I don't want her to be like muscle bound. All right, I'm late. All right, y'all. Enjoy the night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you tomorrow. All right. Thank you. I'll check the email.